Right now, though, we welcome on the line Jackie Carroll, CEO of MediaWorks, the leading supplier of adult education training in South Africa. Good morning, Jackie.
Morning, Helen.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good stuff, and good topic to be talking about at the end of the year as we wait in anticipation of matric results coming out.
Yes,
but
we do.
It seems that it's not all rosy, you know. Having a look at some of the facts, and the matric pass rate has gone up, but and government seem quite happy with that, but it's not really all rosy. Tell us more.
No, it's not. It's really not all rosy, and when we look at the latest assessment results, it becomes actually very bordering on crisis, if not, we're really not in a crisis. What I think our biggest struggle is at the moment is that we're accepting mediocrity and actually striving for mediocrity and thinking that that's great. I mean, they're patting themselves on the back because we have the majority of the children are sitting between 40 and 50% average for maths in grade 3.
Yeah.
Now, what does that bode for grade 9? So yes, I do worry about our matrics. There is a huge problem for our matrics in the sense that they get a certificate that says they're competent to enroll at a higher age, or they're competent to do I don't know what, but when they try, they have very little to no success of being accepted anywhere.
Yeah. And I suppose the gaps sort of between the schooling and the tertiary education and jobs expanding on a yearly basis.
Definitely. I see that in our line of business on an absolutely daily basis. Whereas before the matric certificate was people would say you need two things in this country to get a job: a matric certificate and an ID book. Well, that's not the case anymore. You need a matric certificate, an ID book, and then you have to pass our internal assessment where we verify for ourselves that you are functionally literate and numerate.
Yeah. So it's not. I mean, they're saying that it's not going to open. It's not guaranteed to open doors to higher education or job opportunities.
No, it doesn't, because every university, every tertiary institution has its own placement tool. They use that to verify that this person will cope in their institution. And more companies, I know it's not particularly legal, but more and more companies are insisting on the prospects, people potentially getting employed, asking for employment, to write a form of assessment to find out their functional level of literacy and numeracy before they hire them.
Amazing. And
because there is no trust at the moment.
Because I mean, I suppose that there are different levels of education in that matric certificate that you have.
Of course there is, and to say that 30% is a pass is very concerning for me.
Yeah.
You know less than you know. There's more that you don't know than you do know. So 30% might be a pass on a matric certificate, but that sure doesn't make you competent in that subject. Yes,
exactly, yeah. So now what's going to happen? I mean, what is the hope now for these, like the class of 2012?
To be honest, I feel very sad for them. In the sense that, look, it's I don't want to sound like I'm so negative, because I'm not. I work within the departments, the structures, to try and help improve things, but I can honestly say that there is a huge drive from higher education to start forcing corrections in basic education. But what I can't speak for higher education. I'm not by any means employed by them. But I do think there's a frustration that they feel that they are picking up the problems that are created in basic education.
Yeah.
So it's a case of there are massive changes coming. For example, going to the matrics, going to the curriculum base now and other examples of going for summative assessments where we no longer use our OBE portfolios and everybody passes and everybody feels happy. To the drawing board of, without aging myself, when I was at school, where you wrote an exam and 50% was a pass mark.
Yeah.
You either made it or you didn't.
So now,
that's the requirement of higher education.
Yeah. So now apparently the Democratic Alliance are suggesting raising the pass mark percentage, and obviously that's going to result in a lower matric pass rate, but maybe be better in the long run.
I am very supportive of that. I know people argue and say, well, really, does the pass mark matter because you can make the paper easier? But I do feel that confidence will be restored in that matric certificate.
Yeah.
If at least there is a standard that people are required to aspire to. I'd like to know that if I was a child or a young adult and I've really studied hard and I've achieved a C, that C is really worth it.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah, and you can do something with it as well.
And it articulates into higher education, definitely.
Well, Jack on and talking to us about this very serious issue, actually, and I'm a parent myself. My son's going into preschool next year, so let's hope they can sort it all out.
Well, they've started. They really have, and they've started the CAP system, and I'm very supportive of that. And as parents, we should be involved there because we make we have an opportunity of an input there.
Yeah. Jackie Carroll, thank you so much, and we'll chat to you again soon.
Thanks for your time.
Cheerio. Jackie Carroll, CEO of MediaWorks there, talking about the state of education.